Hello you guys, this is Kim and bienvenidos to a timeless reading where we are going to take a look at what it is that you are attracting and what it is that you are achieving and or accomplishing very soon. So this reading will consist of 5 parts. In part 1, I will be sharing with you what I intuitively picked up on when connecting with the energy of your group. In part 2, I will be working with homemade divination dies to do a quick energy check-in. Get a feel into your current energy. And hopefully this part of the reading will assist you in better discerning whether the reading you have chosen today is indeed for you. If it happens to be that you don't really resonate with the energy check-in, if you feel called to do so, you can go ahead and choose another group or come back to this video at a later time. In part 3 of the reading, I will work with both tarot and oracle cards to find out what it is that you are subconsciously attracting. Not what you are manifesting, but rather what you are attracting based on your current energy. In part 4 of the reading, I will still work with both tarot and oracle cards to find out what it is that you will be achieving and or accomplishing very soon. So these achievements and or accomplishments will pertain to anything that you are currently actively working on in the physical 3D, getting hands-on with. And lastly, for part 5 of the reading, I will be working with oracle cards to get any last messages, advice, and or guidance from spirit, but also to find out what it is that you are currently doing, be it consciously or subconsciously, that is assisting with you attracting what it is that you are attracting and accomplishing what it is that you will be accomplishing. Okay, but now that you know what is going to be covered in this reading, let us take a closer look at the options. So there are 3 different groups to choose from. For group 1 is the instrument euphonium. For group 2 is the strings. Group 3 is the instrument, the electric guitar. As always, take as much time as you need to cast your gaze upon the options, meditate on them in order to see which one you are drawn the most to, because the one that you are drawn to will be the reading for you. And once you have chosen, please head on over to the description box as well as the comment section down below where the timestamp for each group is provided so that you may skip right on over to your reading. Okay? But now that you have chosen, let's get right into your messages. Let's go. Hello you guys who chose the instrument euphonium. Bienvenidos to your reading. So a message did come to mind when tapping into this group's energy, which was looking for a better way. So I get the feeling this is a heads up that soon you will be finding a better way to do or go about something that will give you optimal results, attract more of what you desire, and release all resistance, allowing for things to go much more smoothly for you. Now, I do intuitively sense that whatever it is that you are attracting mirrors your duality. So we all have what is often referred to as light and shadow aspects. You can think of the light aspects as the traits about yourself that you are proud of and perceive as good. And the shadow aspects would be the traits that you do not like about yourself and perceive as bad. Hence, what you are attracting will reflect to you the light and shadow aspects of yourself that you have been rejecting and or suppressing, so that you may no longer avoid or run away from them and ultimately accept them. Since self-acceptance is all about accepting all of who you are, the light and the shadow. Now, the last thing I got from this group is that a lot of the blessings and or good things you are attracting into your life and or for yourself are a result of you talking and or speaking kinder to yourself. So if you've wondered whether, if for you in specific, positive or negative self-talk has any effect or influence on what you attract into your experience, here is your answer. Yes, it does. Okay, so now I'm going to move into the cards. Oh, actually, before I start working with the cards, I would like to pull out some of these homemade divination dies in order to get a feel of your current energy. And hopefully this part of the reading will also assist you in better discerning whether this is your group or not. So this is kind of like an energy check-in. Okay, so let us see. What is your current energy? Okay. So let me. Okay, so we have the ladder, the anchor, the swan, and the needle. So the needle made me think of the idiom or the phrase, a needle in a haystack. And that makes me think of finding a solution or working towards finding clarity. And we kind of got a similar vibe or a similar message at the beginning of this reading. So I do feel like a lot of you are trying to find clarity when it comes to a specific area of your life, or it could just be your life in general. This could be you trying to find more clarity when it comes to your life direction. What is it that you want? What goals you want to focus on? Yeah, and with the anchor here, this makes me think of stability. I feel currently a lot of you are working towards attaining and or maintaining stability in your life. This could be financial stability, but I more so feel it to be in a general sense, like living a stable life, feeling stable and secure within yourself. And with the ladder here, this makes me think of working your way up. So I do feel like currently you are also focusing on making progress or growing. It could be growing as an individual or growing when it comes to your career. If you have a business, you could be aiming towards growing your business or growing your name, your reputation, or growing an audience or clientele. But there is an overall theme of working towards growth, stability, and gaining direction. With the swan being here, the swan to me represents unconditional love, but what is coming through for this specific group is self-love, being kinder to yourself, thinking more kindly of yourself, being more compassionate towards yourself. And as mentioned already, you working on positive self-talk and self-thinking. There is also here something about positive reinforcement. It could be that in the past you used negative reinforcement on yourself, but you soon realized that instead of that building your confidence and your self-esteem and motivated you to keep on growing, that actually had the opposite effect on you. You decided to venture into positive reinforcement. And now you are seeing that that is working better for you because we do have the ladder here. The ladder is giving me major vibes of building yourself up, instead of tearing yourself down. And even the needle is making me think of like stitches, stitching something up, repairing, mending. So you guys are also working on healing the injuries of your confidence, self-worth, self-esteem, and self-trust made from old teachings, beliefs, and or programmings that were very destructive. It's how it's coming through. Just to give you an example of a destructive mindset or teaching would be believing that every time you made a mistake or didn't do something perfectly, you needed to punish yourself, either through you depriving yourself of something that you enjoyed, or you perceiving yourself negatively, or putting yourself down in some way or the other. Those kind of teachings and way of doing things, you are and you have been letting go of them. And what I'm seeing here is that you're repairing, you're rebuilding the damages done by the old way of doing things to create a safer, more nurturing mindset and relationship with yourself. And all this work and reformation, that's the word that came to mind, that you are doing on yourself. It's reflecting in other areas of your life. And what I'm seeing here in specific is in your relationships and your connections, as well as your career, finances, studies, and or creative endeavors. Yeah, so now we are going to move into the cards. And first we are going to look into what it is that you are subconsciously attracting. So this isn't exactly what you are manifesting through conscious and purposeful intention. This is more so what you are pulling in towards you based on your current energy. What just came through is that some of you could be currently working on mending a specific relationship. For everyone, this will be the relationship with yourself, inner child, inner feminine, or inner masculine. Yet for some, it will also be a familial, platonic, professional, or romantic relationship with a significant other. And for whatever reason, the needle also made me think of surgery as well as scars. So if you recently had a surgery done, you could currently be healing from that. And if so, this is letting me know that your healing process will be quite gentle and it will go smoothly. And if you are worried about scarring or anything like that, just remember to be gentle with yourself, take care of yourself, dedicate the time that your wounds need in order to heal properly. Yeah, be patient and gentle with yourself is the message that is coming through. Okay. We have the Five of Swords upright with surrender, defeat, and the cost of battle. And to clarify, we have the 6th house with Jupiter in Virgo with the key term patience. I chuckled because I just mentioned being patient with yourself, and then we have the key term patience. And interestingly enough, the 6th house is the house of healing, since it is the house of health, day-to-day life, routines, lifestyle, service to others, as well as the house of small animals and pets. So I do see you attracting situations, environments, and or connections that are very patient, loving, and caring. And more importantly, I do see you attracting a lot of support, because we do have the 5 of Swords with the key term surrender. So if you in the past struggled with asking for assistance, asking for help, or you struggled to share your problems with others because you felt that doing so would burden others, or maybe you had this tendency of downplaying your struggles, and maybe that resulted in you feeling like you were making a big deal out of things, or that you needed to push through, you needed to find a solution to all of these things on your own. So overall, I am seeing that a lot of you struggled alone in the past. And I am saying in the past because I do see you stepping into a new energy, and I feel for the vast majority of you, you have already stepped into this new energy where you are allowing yourself to reach out to others, to ask for help, to share your concern with others, and you are allowing yourself to feel the way that you feel, to accept and acknowledge that your struggles are important as anybody else's, and that there is no need to compare your pain to that of others, because everyone's pain, no matter how similar or different, they are valid. And so this is you validating yourself. This is you validating the challenges that you are facing and are going through. And I feel like that is helping you a lot in your personal healing and your personal growth. And it's also helping a lot in your connection with others. Instead of isolating, which I feel a lot of you tended to do in the past when you were going through a difficult time, you are reaching out to others. You are forming connections, and you are realizing that you do have a lot of supportive energy around you, reinforcing this idea that you are deserving of support, and that people who have the best of intentions intentions for you, who want to see you grow, who want to see you succeed, will offer help and assistance to you without expecting anything in return. And I feel like that is freeing you as well from pressure. Because maybe it could be that in the past you held yourself back from asking for help or reaching out to others because you feared being indebted to someone. Or maybe there was this mentality or belief that asking for help was a sign of weakness, that you needed to do everything on your own to prove that you were independent. And so this kind of mindset, way of perceiving things could have created a lot of resistance in your life, or could have led you to maybe even be drawn to paths that were very, very challenging in and of themselves, that were built on resistance. And so you could have faced a lot of dead ends, or you could have a lot of experiences where things just weren't going your way. Maybe at times you felt like the world was against you, or that you were all alone in the world. But now you're realizing that that isn't the case. You know, there has always been this supportive energy around you. You just needed to be open and receptive to it. So this unconditional supportive energy is being attracted from a space and or a mindset of it's okay to be supported. It's okay to ask for help. Most things in life are not achieved on their own. Most things in life are achieved with the assistance of others. And what is also attracting this supportive energy is knowing and understanding that you don't owe anyone anything. That if someone is offering you a lending hand, they are doing so out of their free will, right? And I did mention something about you attracting a mirroring energy. So if you are of the belief, right, that if you extend a hand to someone, it's not because you're expecting anything in return from them, it's solely because you genuinely want to assist the other, then that's exactly the energy I see you attracting. That's what I'm seeing here with these two cards. And I feel like you attracting this energy and you experiencing it firsthand, that is helping you to realize that yes, there are people out there who genuinely want to help for the sake of helping. So it's renewing your faith in others, your faith in community and relationships and connections. That relationships and connections can be built on this fundamental trust and loyalty. It's encouraging you to trust others more, to be more open with others. Because the number 6 is a number that indicates harmony, reciprocity, and unconditional love. So I do see you attracting people who, if you share with them what your dreams, what your goals are, if they can help you achieve those goals and dreams, they would do so without expecting anything in return, simply because they want to see you accomplish your dreams. Yeah, and with patience, I feel like these people you are attracting, or these relationships you are attracting, are very patient. They aren't going to push you or force you to take any steps that you are not ready to take. So I'm getting something like having people around you who will be there with you through thick and thin. A lot of this energy that I'm describing, I feel like it is already around you. You have already been surrounded by it for quite some time, but maybe you weren't able to fully experience the fullness of it because there was resistance. So the moment that you kind of put your walls down, the moment that you allow yourself to be helped, is the moment that you start to really experience and live this energy that has been around you this whole time. And maybe that's what the needle is representing, strengthening connections and relationships that are already established. The anchor is making me think of like solidifying something, solidifying a connection, realizing, hey, these people have been there for me through thick and thin. These people have been my anchor at some points in my life. I am surrounded by people who genuinely care for me. And because we do have the 6th house here, I am seeing you attracting a more peaceful, healthier lifestyle. So according to the guidebook, the patience card indicates reorganizing the methods and systems of an organization. And at the beginning, it was mentioned how you finding a better way could be opening doors of opportunity for you. Yeah, so you will be attracting people who will share with you methods, techniques, approaches that will make things a lot easier for you or will relieve you of a lot of stress or pressure. So because we do have the house of health, if, for example, you struggle with anxiety, this would be someone sharing with you a mindfulness technique that assists you with reducing your anxiety levels or these anxious feelings. Or because we do have this energy of patience and the sixth house is about habits, lifestyle routines, this could be someone sharing with you a system or a technique that aids you with better managing your time or in learning how and what to prioritize, how to organize and manage your schedule. So your basic and fundamental needs such as rest, sleep, eating, hygiene, etc. are never ignored or forgotten. Yeah, so basically I see you allowing yourself to be helped and possibly giving in to a system, a method, a technique that you were resisting in the past for whatever reason and finding out that it works for you or that it is the very thing that you needed. Yeah, because with the energy of patience, it could be that you did try out something in the past, something that someone advised you to do, but it was something that required patience because it required time. You weren't going to get overnight results with it. You needed to be consistent with it over a long period of time. And that could have discouraged you from trying this thing or sticking to it. But now, because you are being more patient with yourself and practicing patience overall, you are more open to these methods, techniques, or approaches that do require consistency, that do take a certain amount of time in order to see results. And you're seeing results because we do have the planet Jupiter here. Yeah, so I do see you surrendering to a way of doing things, to getting assistance from others, being advised, receiving guidance, and so forth. So I do see you attracting techniques, methods, approaches that will help you in creating better habits and having a healthier mindset that will ultimately result in you living a healthier lifestyle. And when it comes to career, profession, creative endeavors, studies, I do see you attracting a lot of feedback and constructive criticism that will assist you in improving your work or in finding a better approach to how you work or study and so forth, that will then lead to you making a lot of progress and even breakthroughs. Yeah, so the Five of Swords is all about allowing, putting that guard down, allowing yourself to be helped, being open to constructive criticism and feedback, taking that feedback into consideration, applying the advice and the guidance given to you when it's applicable, because you are attracting the information, the support, the resources that you need to achieve that which you desire. But these can only work or be of service to you if you are open to them, if you take them into consideration, if you work with it. Attracting the right methods or approaches isn't all there is to it. Applying them and putting them into practice is what matters the most if you want to experience the effect of them. Yeah, so this is you using the information that has been given to you and working with it and seeing changes. So I am seeing a lot of growth for you guys, a lot of progress. What you are and or soon will be experiencing is just the beginning. As you get to know yourself more and more and start working with yourself, you are going to find better approaches, start making more adjustments and creating a lifestyle that feels more and more tailored to you, that feels more and more right to you, and that helps you succeed, whatever success means to you personally. Like, instead of holding you back, it propels you forward. And the other thing that is coming through is if you need more time, like for example, if you are currently working on something that has a deadline, And if you need more time, you are attracting more time for you. So you could be getting an extension for your deadline, or you could even be getting a second opportunity for something if a second opportunity is what you desire. But I do see you attracting more time. If you currently have a business or you're working on your own and you need help, you need assistance, I do see you attracting people whom you can rely on to assign important responsibilities to them in order for you to have less on your plate. Yeah, so this could be like attracting a team, suitable employees, or a staff, people who will help you grow or help your business grow, whatever it is that you're working on. Yeah, because with the Five of Swords, I'm suddenly seeing a very solo energy. So if you are like an independent artist or an aspiring artist, and what you're looking for is like a manager or someone to guide you, or you're wanting to learn something in specific, and what you are looking for is a mentor, a guide, I do see you attracting this energy, like a manager, a mentor, a guide, someone who can advise you. Yeah, and again, I do see these being trustworthy and loyal people who are very, very patient and who will always take your needs and your desires into consideration and prioritize them. Yeah, I feel like these people, these connections, these relationships, or it could even be environments, they will help you grow a lot. They will help propel you forward. They could even grow with you. Yeah, because again, the number 6 is making me think of reciprocity. So you will be growing with these individuals. So yeah, so I'm definitely seeing a lot of growth and progress for you guys. And it feels like it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. So this could be growth in your career, growth in your profession, growth in your creative endeavors, as well as personal growth. And you achieving stability and security in your life, whatever that means to you personally. And because we do have this notice of eviction in the Five of Swords card, if you have been looking for a better living situation or for a place to settle down in, I do see you attracting a perfect location or a perfect place to settle down in. Yeah, so this could be a place that you can afford, or a place that feels safe and secure to you, or a place that you know for certain you will be living there for quite some time. Like, you don't have to worry about looking for a new place for quite some time. If you have been visualizing living in a certain location or visualizing a certain place or environment, that's what I see you attracting. Yeah, because patience makes me think of like patiently waiting for the right thing, for the perfect place. And if that resonates with you, then I do see you attracting exactly what you have been trying to manifest, or you've been visualizing or have been wanting. Okay, but now we're going to look into what it is that you will be achieving and or accomplishing. So this is more so things that you have been working on, working to create, working to complete in the 3D, things that you've been getting hands-on with. Okay, so we have the World upright with completion, wholeness, and end of cycle. Yeah, so this is just extra confirmation and reassurance that you are definitely bringing something to completion and are completing something. The World also makes me think of accomplishing a goal. Like you're reaching a goal, you're accomplishing a goal. Oh. And we have the 11th house with Sun and Aquarius and the key term idealism. So if you happen to be an Aquarius Sun, this could be serving as confirmation. But if not, this could be indicating that Aquarius season could be of significance for you guys. It might be when you will be bringing something into completion, or it could be when you will be reaching a milestone and or achieving something very important. But it could also be indicating that someone who is an Aquarius Sun will be playing a significant role in your life. But it doesn't have to be the case. But I like how we have this Aquarius energy, because Aquarius is the star, is the star card in the tarot. And Aquarius marches to the beat of their own drum. And so with the World showing up as the overall energy, what I'm seeing here is self-acceptance. The World can represent a feeling of fulfillment, wholeness, as well as a sense of belonging. So I do feel like very, very soon you guys will be feeling quite good within yourself and about yourself. You are going to feel this sense of belonging. It could be in a specific environment, it could be in your relationships and or in your connections. And actually, the 11th house is the house of friendships. It's also the house of hopes and dreams and humanitarian causes. Yeah, so I definitely do see you finding a community. If you guys have been working towards establishing better connections and our relationships, I do see you accomplishing that. Like you finding your tribe, you finding a community that you feel you belong in. Or you could literally be creating the community of your dreams, one that is very accepting and welcoming of others. The World card is making me think of reaching and connecting with people around the world. So if you have been working towards building or growing a community, audience, or fan base, I do see you accomplishing that. Especially if you have been working with the web or an online platform to achieve this dream or goal. There's also something here about you coming into alignment with a passion or a cause or a vision, a goal that you feel passionate about. The world also makes me think of having direction. And we kind of mentioned that at the beginning, how some of you could be wanting clarity about your life direction, what to focus on. So if that is what you are working towards to at this moment, I do see you achieving that. The world also makes me think of exposure, like putting yourself out there, venturing into new things, gaining new life experiences. So if you have been pretty determined to finding your way, like finding your path, finding your calling, and in order to do so, you've been exposing yourself to new things or putting yourself out there in a way, this is helping you achieve exactly what it is that you are aiming to achieve. Because the message that just came to mind looking at the World card is the world is meeting you halfway. Like you're putting yourself out there and the world is responding to you. Like we get you, we see you, we know what you're trying to attain, and we're meeting you halfway with opportunities, with people that will guide you in the right direction or will help you uncover and or discover what it is that you are looking for. But if you guys have already a goal in mind, like there is a cause that you are working for, I do see you accomplishing something great when it comes to that. Because the 11th house speaks about humanitarian causes and we literally have the world here, some of you could be currently working towards environmentalist causes or humanitarian causes. Maybe some of you are working towards building a nonprofit or achieving a certain goal when it comes to a nonprofit. If you are already involved in one or are the head of one. Yeah, because with idealism here, I'm getting this feeling of someone having big dreams, big goals, of having a big vision, not only about their personal goals, but also when it comes to like the world in general or an entire community. This is letting me know that you guys are achieving a big or major goal when it comes to this vision, when it comes to this dream that you have. And with this angel being here in the idealism card, I feel like you guys are receiving a lot of divine support and or guidance. Yeah, because your vision, your ideas, they do align with the bigger purpose. It's how it's coming through. Or they are not only aimed to assist you in your personal gains, but they're also aimed to assist others, or they will benefit others, a large group of people or a community in the long run. So that's why I feel like you're receiving a lot of divine assistance and support, as well as support here in the 3D, which we kind of saw with what it is that you are attracting. Yeah, so maybe it all starts from you receiving the support from people around you. Because it could be that you feeling supported encourages you or motivates you to pursue certain dreams or bigger dreams. And that's why it seemed far-fetched or too maybe idealistic. But something definitely changes. And like I said, it could be from you receiving support. Or it could be that what stopped you from, pursuing this thing fully or completing it was you not having a certain kind of support. But then you find it, and now you're able to bring this dream into reality, or now you're able to bring this into completion or achieve this goal. Yeah, so for a lot of you, what you want to achieve could require the support or help from others. So if you are stopping yourself from asking for help and or support, that is you blocking yourself or getting in your own way of achieving what it is that you want to achieve. So don't hold yourself back in that way. Or it could be that your dream will only be accomplished with the assistance of others, because as mentioned previously, your goal may literally be to build your own community, right? So you need others. You literally need others in order to form a community. Because the 11th house does represent community. And the world is also making me think of your world, right? Your reality. The reality you live in, your day-to-day. And with idealism being here, I feel like you are achieving, I wouldn't say perfect, because I don't want to give that super high expectation of, nothing will ever go wrong, or you will never ever face a challenge again in your life. Because, life is all about growing and learning, so there are bound to be challenges along the way, no matter how amazing the reality we are experiencing is. So instead of saying you living your perfect reality, it's you living your ideal reality. That you feel safe in it, feel grounded in it, feel very present in it. Yeah, because literally we have like this person riding on the back of this donkey who is kind of being seduced or being entranced by this godly flute player. So it's all very ethereal. It's like, why would I want to escape into a dream where the reality I'm living in is already the dream, or it's better than anything I can envision at this moment? And I feel like it's easy to face the challenging aspects of the day-to-day because you have support. You have divine support, and you also have earthly support. Yeah, like there's this feeling with these two cards of I'm not alone. And whatever challenges or obstacles I come across with, I will be able to face them because I am not alone. That's the feeling I'm getting. It's almost like nothing is scary. Nothing is scary anymore because I have people by my side. I know that I'm supported by the universe. So there's also, I did mention that with the Five of Swords and the Patience card, but I'm getting it again with the World card and idealism, like your faith is renewed. So it could be like your faith in universe, your faith in the divine and spirit, it's renewed. And it's I didn't mention with the Anchor card, it's being solidified. It's stronger now. The World card also in and of itself represents success. So whatever it is that you're working on right now, whatever goals you want to achieve, I do see you achieving them. I do see you obtaining amazing results. Yeah, and idealism makes me think of like the results you envisioned, the best results, the best possible outcome that you envisioned that maybe you didn't allow yourself to really hope for because you thought it was too good to be true. Those are the results that you are getting. Especially if you guys have been working on like visualization. There's something about visualizing here. Whatever you have visualized, it's what is manifesting in your physical reality. And again, the World speaks about fulfillment. So if you have been working towards fulfillment, I do see you experiencing that. You guys could be taking a leadership role in a community or a team. And if you are trying to achieve something on a greater scale, like I mentioned, I do see you receiving support. And you could very well be receiving support from an influential figure. So this could be an influential individual, like someone who has a lot of power, high status, recognition, or it could be from, an establishment, a company, an agency. And it's the same vibe I got with the Five of Swords and the Patience card. Like whoever is coming in to assist you or to bring you support, they are helping you grow. They are helping you achieve a goal. They are helping you bring something to its fullest capacity is what I'm getting, or bring it to its fullest potential. It could be a project that you're working on. It could be a dream, a vision, but it could also be pertaining to yourself. because I did mention how some of you could be like aspiring artists, and this could be like, I don't know, a label taking you on and helping you polish your talents, your skills, or helping you gain the recognition that you need, helping you to like put your work out there or put your name out there so that you can showcase your talents and your skills. Yeah, there's something here about you coming into alignment with something that is ideal for you. Like the ideal connections, the ideal situations, the ideal environments, the ideal location. The world also can speak about travel. So if you have been wanting to travel, if you've been saving up to travel or to go on a specific trip, I do see you accomplishing that. I know this might only resonate with some, but if your dream has been to go on a world tour, I do see that happening for you guys. Yeah, and again, I do see you having a supportive team with you as you are going on this world tour, or as you are traveling across the world. I'm also seeing something like you having help along the way. So if you are planning to go on a solo trip, or if you are planning to travel the world, every place you go to, you will find assistance, help, guidance if you need it. It's this feeling of it will be available to you. And if some of you have been working to become proficient in a foreign language, in a new language, I do see you accomplishing that. And if you are currently a student or you're enrolled in a course, I do see you completing this course or graduating, or you getting your degree or getting certified for something. If you are currently applying for a visa or for a work permit, I do see you getting approved. It doesn't have to be about a visa or work permit. It could be anything that you have applied for that has been like a long process or has required a lot of information or a lot of steps. It will be coming into completion. You will be getting an approval or approved for it. Things will be going well. Because the world is also making me think of moving to the next level, or now being able to proceed with something. This could even be like getting your papers, like your residency or something like that. If you guys have been wanting to relocate, if that's what you have been working towards to, you are definitely achieving that. Oh, and the world could also be talking about a remote job, or having a career, a profession, or a line of work that allows you to travel, that doesn't restrict you to one place. So if that's what you have been working towards to, or what you have been aiming for when it comes to like your work situation, I do see you achieving that. Because again, idealism, it's making me think of like the ideal work situation for yourself. Okay, but these are all the messages I am seeing with these cards. So now I'm going to move into the last segment of this reading, where I will be pulling out extra oracle cards to get any last messages, advice, and or guidance from spirit. But I most so want to pull out these extra messages to get a better idea as to what it is that you have been doing that is helping you in attracting and or accomplishing these things, situations, and or events that we have just described. So first we're going to look into what it is that you have been doing to attract this energy. Whether you've been doing it consciously or subconsciously. Okay, so 2 cards fell out. So we have Gustave Courbet with Fight the Power, Paint the Powerless. Show what you see, not what you saw. May your art help finance your legal fees. Okay? And we also have Jackson Pollock with Meaning Doesn't Come with Titles. If fame finds you, keep working in spite of it. Chaos is handmade. With Show What You See, Not What You Saw, I feel like what is helping you attract this energy is that you're no longer taking the same approach to things. You're taking a new approach. And that is what is helping attract new energy into your life. So you are no longer focusing on the past and what didn't work for you, but you are focusing on the future and on what has worked for you, and implementing that, fortifying it, and making adjustments to it to create better results. Because what is coming through with Show What You See, Not What You Saw, it's like focus on your vision, on what you want to create in the world, on what you want to experience, rather than what you don't like about the human experience. You know, because your present or your future does not have to reflect your past. You can create something entirely new if that's what you set your mind to do. And with the message, may your art help finance your legal fees. Yeah, for a lot of you, you could be becoming self-employed. Oh, and actually that could be what Jupiter and Virgo is all about, self-employment. The world is now making me think of like freelancing. For those of you who are artists or creators and you choose to profit from your work, your art, do see your work, your art becoming your main source of income. Or it could be your talents, your skills. They could be the very thing that will be funding, you know, trips, travels, expenses, or other personal projects. And what I also see you helping attract this energy is a redirection of your focus or your end goal. You know, finding a purpose or a goal or a reason that motivates you, that inspires you, that encourages you to keep moving forward, that is more in alignment with your values and fulfills you. Yeah, so I feel like what is helping you attract this new energy is you getting in alignment with a purpose that resonates with you, even if it doesn't make sense to others. The important thing is that it makes sense to you and that it inspires you and that it fulfills you. Okay, but now I'm going to pull out a card for what it is that you are and or will be achieving and or accomplishing. So we have Grace and Perry with scratch at the surface until your fingers bleed. Meaning separates art from craft. Try something new the old-fashioned way. Yeah, it's the same message. It's like what is helping you accomplish your goals, your dreams, is you finding a deeper meaning to it, finding a purpose, you finding your own motivation for it, and finding your own individual approach to it. Yeah, because I feel like for you guys, what works for you is you finding your own approach, you finding your own way of doing things, your own style. We do have this Aquarius energy. You are not meant to follow in someone else's footsteps. I feel you are more like pioneers. You are meant to pave your own way. And it is in you paving your own way that you find fulfillment. Because whenever you do come across something that you are passionate about, that you believe in, you see this thing through. You make it happen no matter what. You go above and beyond when it comes to it. And I feel like you will be soon realizing this about yourself if you haven't already. This lets me know that whatever you guys create and are complete is something special because you put your heart and soul into it. Yeah, so you guys will be accomplishing great things. And what I mean by great things is things that are of value. Things that once looking at it, once coming into contact with it, once experiencing it, can sense that it is meaningful. That someone took their time to really create this or bring this to life or make it happen. It feels like it will be something that will stand the test of time. Yeah, and don't be afraid to go back to like old projects and either recreate them or reinvent them. And be reminded of artists, singers, musicians when they take an old album and remake it, or old films are remastered. Is that the word? Yeah, so some of you could be doing just that. Maybe you're taking something old, an old project, you're taking it out of the vault and you're working on it again. Maybe something that you left unfinished. You're working on it, bringing it into completion, and that could be the very thing that propels you forward, that helps you get recognized, opens doors of opportunity for you. Yeah, but these are all the messages I'm seeing for you guys. If you feel called to look into any of these artists, their backstory, their work, please do so, because you could be getting some information or inspiration from them and their creations. But one thing that is standing out to me is the color yellow. So the color yellow could be of significance for you guys. It could be your lucky color. The color yellow also makes me think of the solar plexus chakra, which is the energy center that deals with our self-esteem, self-worth, and our confidence. So this lets me know that you guys are definitely building your confidence, your self-worth, and becoming more confident in your work and or your creations. I do want to point out the zodiac signs. So we have Virgo and we have Aquarius. I also do want to point out the numbers because they could be representing important dates or time frames. So we have 6 and 11. This could be indicating the month of June as well as the month of November. And because the world is the 21 card of the tarot, November 21st could be of significance, or June 21st, or June 11th, or November 6th. Or an important window of time could be from June to November, or from November to June. So these months, window of time or seasons or dates could be when what it is that you are attracting will be coming into your life, or when you will be bringing something to completion or accomplishing something important in your life. Okay, but these are all the messages we have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you are new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching until the very end, and a huge thank you to all of you who took a moment to watch the advertisements or just let them play in the background, since that is a simple way to support me and to support this channel. And I also want to give a huge thank you to Spirit and all of these artists that came through to deliver these messages to you, and of course a huge thank you to you for allowing me to do this reading for you. Yeah, but that is all for now. I'm wishing you a wonderful rest of your day or night, depending on when you're watching. And until the next moment, bye-bye. Hello, you guys who chose the strings instrument. Bienvenidos to your reading. So when tapping into this group's energy, I immediately got a feeling of coming into perfect alignment. And I did see an image of a mushroom in my mind's eye, and mushrooms make me think of networking, connecting. So very soon, if you haven't already, you will be networking and or connecting with significant and or important people that might help you propel forward in your career or in your personal endeavors. Or with this energy of strings, I do see you coming into contact or coming into union with souls or individuals that you have a strong spiritual connection to. So these could be soulmates, which are members of your soul family, or they could simply be people who, before incarnating into this life, you agreed to meet with them in order to create something, collaborate, or work on a specific project, or simply to teach each other significant lessons. I also do get the feeling that soon you will be receiving support and or aid. So there is a heads up to allow yourself to be assisted, to be helped and supported along your journey. You don't have to do everything on your own. It's okay for you to receive a lending hand whenever you do need one. Okay, but now we are going to move into the divination tools. So I will start off by pulling out some homemade divination dice to get a feel of your current energy, and hopefully this part of the reading will assist you in better discerning whether this is the group for you or not. So basically, we are going to do an energy check-in. Okay, so let's see. That one fell on the floor. Okay, so we have the handprint, the magic wand, the magnifying glass. Okay, and the one that fell on the floor is the light bulb. So currently I see you working hard to make things happen for you. Some of you could be currently manifesting something in specific or more than one thing, but I do see you setting intentions and are focusing your energy, and what I'm seeing in specific is your magic on something very specific in order to bring it to life or help it reach its fullest potential. Or the phrase that just came to mind is help it reach its maximum capacity. And I keep thinking of the word voltage. So yeah, maybe some of you are working to amplify a specific energy, because we do have the magnifying glass here. And this is making me think of looking more closely at something, zooming in, amplifying. So what I'm getting in specific is that currently you guys are being very mindful of your thoughts, of what you are focusing on. Maybe you're working hard on keeping and maintaining a positive mindset, or you're working hard on not getting distracted from your dreams, your goals, your visions. Yeah, because with the handprint here, this is making me think of someone who is at the current moment very goal orientated. The handprint makes me think of someone who is working hard to leave their mark in an industry, in the world, to make a good name for themselves, build a good reputation, and or create something of value, something of significance. Yeah, but I definitely get the feeling that this group has been or is currently working with the law of assumption, or is doing a lot of visualization or focusing on affirmations. You guys seem to be very mindful of your energy, like what energy you're putting out there, what intentions you are setting, where your mind is focused, because you are determined to attract good things into your life. The phrase that just came to mind is high quality. With the light bulb being here, it's very possible that a lot of you do have an idea you want to bring into reality, and so that's why you want no distractions. That's why you're being very focused at the moment. But the light bulb is also making me think of shining your light. I feel a lot of you are more focused on shining your light, showing up as the best version of yourself, whatever that might mean to you personally. And there's something here about maintaining. Now, I'm not saying whether this is good or bad. I'm just reading the current energy and interpreting the dice. But I definitely do sense that a lot of you are very focused on maintaining a certain energy frequency or a certain vibe or mindset. Yeah, because I'm getting something like keeping your eye on the prize, or else. I will say I am getting a go-getter vibe here, someone who is determined to see something through or make something happen for them. And so they are applying and exercising a lot of discipline. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing when it comes to the current energy. So now I'm going to move into the cards, and first we are going to look into what it is that you are subconsciously attracting. So this is not what it is that you are manifesting through purposeful and conscious intention, but rather it's what your current energy is drawing in towards you. Okay. Okay, so we have the Queen of Coins upright with mature, successful, and practical. Yeah, okay, this makes sense. And to clarify, I feel like shuffling one more time. And we have the 12th house with Saturn and Pisces and the key term loss. So the Queen of Coins is an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, and or Taurus. And this queen is very focused, disciplined, and practical. So it made sense to me that this queen would come up after having described a very disciplined, focused, and determined energy with the divination dice. Yeah, and then look, we have Saturn here, which is the planet of discipline. So, okay, I do want to reassure you that everything is going to be all right and that you can relax. Because I do sense a lot of fear of potentially experiencing loss and or losing something that you are working very hard for. Remember how I mentioned that I felt a lot of you were currently super focused on maintaining a certain energy or a certain frequency? Yeah, I'm getting a similar vibe here. And now I'm understanding why this need or preoccupation to maintain a certain energy or frequency or mindset is coming from a fear of potentially losing something that you have worked very hard for or invested a lot of time and energy into it. Yeah, it's going back to that. I need to keep my eye on the prize or else. If I get distracted for just a single moment, if I look away from the prize for just a split second, I might lose the prize. And I can't have that. So I can't have any distractions. I must keep my eye on the prize. That's the vibe I'm getting from these two cards. And even though this fear might be helping you to be very disciplined or to be super focused on your goals and on achieving them, I do feel that it's creating a lot of pressure. And so with these cards, Spirit wants to relieve you of some of that pressure and or stress, because these two cards are here to reassure you that what you fear will come to pass will not come to pass, and that what is truly for you, meant for you, will not pass you by. And although you will be attracting that which you are manifesting or that which you are desiring, we cannot guarantee that this will last forever, because this reality, it's all about cycles. Things are bound to come to an end. In this reality, endings occur to give way to new beginnings. The 12th house is the house that deals with our fears, with our strengths, and with our weaknesses. It's the house of the subconscious or the unconscious mind. So you are being advised to address this fear of loss. Why is it there? Where does it stem from? And if there is something in specific that you fear losing, why is there a fear of losing this specific thing? And this sort of advice is only being brought up because after you have attracted what it is that you desire, after you have whatever it is that you are trying to manifest, if this fear of loss is not addressed, there will still be this constant preoccupation with loss, with potentially losing what you have accomplished. And I feel like that won't allow for you to enjoy the fruits of your labor, enjoy your blessings. So the only reason why addressing this fear is being put as a priority in this reading is so that you won't have to deal with this later on, or so that this won't get in the way of you enjoying all your blessings. Because with the Queen of Coins showing up in your spread, I do feel like you will be achieving exactly that which you set your mind to. You will. It's definite. The Queen of Coins also makes me think of like a high quality life. So if that resonates with you, if that's something that you have been wanting to attract, you are definitely attracting that. Saturn also makes me think of order and organization. So if you have been wanting a more organized life or have been wanting to attract more discipline into your life, I do see you attracting that. I also see you attracting more clarity It could be having a clearer mind, a clearer headspace, being able to think more clearly, or just having better clarity about your life or simply about things in general. The Queen of Coins also represents stability and security, especially when it comes to finances, wealth. So if you have been wanting to attract financial stability or security, this is your confirmation that you are attracting that. I'm seeing the Queen of Coins as someone who is either self-employed, has their own business, is self-made, financially independent, is self-sufficient, reliable, and very grounded. So if this is what you have been wanting to attract for yourself, then you are attracting that. Yeah, but I definitely feel like there's the fear of not getting what it is that you want. Maybe there is a fear of never feeling fulfilled or never fulfilling your dreams, or not reaching your fullest potential. But these cards are saying even though your fears are valid, they are not an indicator of what will come to pass. They are simply fears. So be careful as to not allow them to dictate your life. I mean, fears can be helpful at times if we know how to work with them. For example, like using them as fuel to have better focus or know what to focus on. Or to create more discipline in our life, or to fuel that determination to create positive changes in our life. It could even be something like keep ourselves in check. And that's kind of the vibe I'm seeing for this group, honestly. So if this is helping you, then great. But we really don't want for this to create unnecessary stress and or pain for you. Like constantly living in fear. So if you have been working through these fears, these two cards may be indicating that what you are attracting is acceptance. Acceptance of the inevitable, acceptance of the cycles of life, acceptance that we are bound to experience endings. And this acceptance is releasing you of these fears. But the other thing I'm seeing here is if you have recently lost a loved one, and it doesn't have to be recent actually, but someone who was very much like this Queen of Coins, someone who was very mature, level-headed, grounded, someone who, when you were with them, you felt a sense of safety and security. They were very nurturing. They could have provided for you or could have been a caregiver or a caretaker of yours. I do see you attracting an opportunity to connect and or communicate with this person. It could be them coming to visit you in a dream, or you getting an opportunity to receive a direct message from them through a divination form, like a tarot reading, receiving a message from them through a medium or an intuitive channeler. Or you could be connecting with them in a meditation, maybe even in a daydream. Yeah, but I do see it being more personal because we do have the 12th house here, which again is the house of the subconscious or the unconscious mind. So they could very well be visiting you in a dream, or you could feel their energy around you. But the other thing I'm seeing is that if you have been missing a loved one who has passed on, you could be attracting someone who is very similar to them, or who reminds you of this loved one, or who will play a very similar role in your life that this loved one who has passed on played in your life when they were physically incarnated. So for example, if they often played the role of an advisor or a counselor, this is indicating that you are attracting someone who will be counseling and or advising you. Or if this loved one was someone that you felt very safe with, that you felt like whenever you were embraced by them, you were coming home, then you will be attracting someone who will provide you that same safe space, that will be very nurturing towards you and who will feel like home to you. And if you have been wanting closure, I do see you getting closure. Yeah, and you know, this person whom you are attracting could very well be someone whom you share a soul connection to or a spiritual connection to. Because the other thing that I was going to say that I hesitated on mentioning was that for some, this could be you attracting the reincarnation of a loved one who has passed on. And the last thing that is coming through is that some of you will be attracting an opportunity to better take care of a loved one. You are attracting care and protection for this person. Or, as mentioned, an opportunity to best provide for them. Okay, but now we're going to look into what it is that you will be achieving and or accomplishing. So this will be about anything that you are currently working on in this physical 3D, you know, getting hands-on with. So we have the Four of Swords in reverse with mental strength, a lack of self-care, and burnout. And to clarify, okay, so this one flipped over and this one fell out. So we have the 10th house with Moon in Capricorn and the key term practicality. And then we have the 8th house with Venus in Scorpio and the key term secrets. So with the Four of Swords being in reverse, I definitely do see that you guys are working hard. I feel like you're putting too much pressure on yourself. It's almost this feeling of it has to be perfect. It has to be just right for it to work. It's like not allowing yourself to fumble or stumble or slip up. So we do have a royal figure in the practicality card, another royal figure. So this lets me know that you will be achieving great things, or you will be achieving status or reaching a high level of position. Because the 10th house is the house of accomplishments, of status, your image. So a lot of you could be working to make a name for yourself, make an impact, or build your reputation. And if so, I do see you accomplishing that. But I will be honest, this will be the result of a lot of hard work and effort. And it is because you are taking a very practical approach, or you are choosing the more challenging path. It's like there are two different paths, right? There's the path of least resistance, and there's the path with the most resistance, with a lot of challenges and obstacles. And instead of choosing the path of least resistance, you are choosing the path of resistance. And that's why this journey to, let's say, success seems like a very difficult and tumultuous one. Like you have to struggle your way to success. And because we did see that there is a fear of loss, a lot of you could be choosing the path of resistance because that is you being guarded. That is you being very careful, choosing to be practical in order to assure safety, security, in order to assure that nothing gets lost. Because this practicality is also giving me this energy of slow and steady. Like I'm slowly building my way up to something in order to pay close attention to every detail, to make sure that nothing gets lost along the way, that I'm doing everything right, so that there won't be any mishaps at some point. And again, I'm not saying that this is right or wrong. I'm just describing the energy here, because like usually I feel very neutral about the readings I do. I don't judge or anything like that. But for this reading, instead of feeling neutral, I feel very confused. It's like I don't know how to feel about this, and I don't know if I'm meant to feel something about this or feel a certain way about this whole situation or this energy. All I can say is that it feels very confusing. And I definitely feel like this secrets card here is keeping something from me. It's like there's something behind this and I can't see what it is. Like it's meant to be only for your eyes or only for you to know. So yeah, maybe some of you are working very hard to keep a secret or to keep certain secrets, or to maybe put up a front, play a certain role, or not let anyone know what it is that you're truly going through or struggling with. Because the Four of Swords in reverse is giving me this feeling of struggling with something. Maybe you guys are struggling mentally. You are fatigued, you are tired, but you don't want to admit it. You want to keep pushing through. You want to keep showing others that you are alright, that you can do more, that you can keep up with the pace that you're currently at. And that's the secrets that you are keeping. So this is in the section of what you will be achieving and accomplishing. And if that's what you want, like if you want to keep this a secret, if you don't want anyone to know what you're going through, you will be achieving that. And maybe that's why I feel very conflicted about this energy, because honestly, I know I'm not supposed to give my 2 cents when it comes to general readings, but as a person, as an outsider, I would strongly advise to not keep this a secret. You don't need to struggle on your own. You don't need to suffer on your own. You can reach out. You don't have to push through. You taking a break will not ruin or hold back your manifestations or all the work you've done so far. It will not. I mean, that was the very first thing you were reassured about, that your efforts, your dedication, your hard work, your labor, it will not go to waste. So don't deprive yourself of what you need to basically survive, thrive as a human being, as an individual. Rest when you need to rest. Eat when you need to eat. Socialize when you need to socialize. Reach out to others, connect. It's okay for you to be disciplined and determined and hardworking, but balance that out with taking care of yourself, making yourself a priority. Your pains, your struggles, your worries, they are valid. They aren't small or insignificant or infantile. They are valid. So if you are holding back from sharing what is worrying you because you think that it's dumb, know that it isn't. And I know this is not much of a reassurance, but most likely someone is going through something similar as you are, or is worrying about something similar that you are. And their worries are not any less valid than yours. So if you can, please open up to someone. I did mention how you will be attracting a supportive energy. So if you feel like you don't have support around you, you will be attracting support very soon. And if you feel comfortable to open up to this person, please do so. I feel like this person will provide a safe space for you to feel comfortable enough to share your worries and or your concerns with them, to relieve yourself of the burden of appearing strong or put together or like you have it all figured out. Because if it is that you think you should have everything figured out by now, or that you should be a very disciplined, mature individual because you've reached a certain age or a certain stage of your life and so forth. Newsflash, I don't know why it came out that way, but no one has it all figured out. No one does. Everyone is still trying to make sense of their own lives and their own journey. No one has a fixed plan, and anyone who does eventually gets sidetracked or gets thrown a curveball, because that is life, you know? Life is so unexpected. The moment that we think we have it figured out, life throws us a curveball and kind of humbles us a bit, teaching us that the only thing we can expect in life is the unexpected, is change. So don't burn yourself out trying to be perfect. Perfection is an illusion. It's a concept created by men. So allow yourself a break. Because I feel with the Four of Swords being in reverse, I feel like if you guys set your mind to bulldozing through something, you will achieve just that. So be very careful as to what you are determined to do in your life, because you guys are achievers, you're go-getters. So if you're determined to not give yourself a break, to undermine your concerns, to prioritize other things over your health and your well-being, you will definitely do that. Because I am getting a bit of a stubborn energy when it comes to this group. More than stubborn, it's like hyper-focus. Like once you become focused on something, it's very difficult for you to focus on something else. So be flexible, allow flexibility in your life, and your dreams are important, as are your goals, but they're nothing without you. I mean, give some credit to the dreamer, to the creator who is you. I know this reading took a bit of a turn, but I never really know what is going to come through when I start a reading. So I hope the messages that have come through so far will be of some assistance to you and will serve as some reassurance that you can be more lenient, more flexible, gentler with yourself. But now I'm going to move into the last segment of this reading, where I'm going to pull out extra oracle cards to get any last messages, advice, and or guidance. But I more so wanted to pull out extra cards to find out what it is that you are currently doing that is attracting, what it is that you are attracting and or helping you accomplish and or achieve what you will be accomplishing or achieving. So you could be doing these things either consciously or subconsciously. So first I will pull out a card for what it is that you are attracting. So what is it that you are consciously or subconsciously doing that is attracting this energy? Ooh, those are too many cards. Let me try again. Okay. So we have Marcel Duchamp with Scandal Before Stardom. Making it look easy is hard. May your bathroom humor leave a serious legacy. I feel like you guys are working very hard to maintain a certain image, or even fool yourself into thinking that you can handle all the stress, that you can handle the working overtime and the tight schedule and all the responsibilities over your shoulders. When in reality, you are already feeling tired, fatigued, overwhelmed. So accepting that you need a break is not a sign of weakness. And it's not an indicator that you can't achieve great things, because you will be and you are achieving great things. But also, you're human. So you do need a break. You do need to rest. You do need to take care of yourself and look after your mental well-being. It's not something you can ignore. It's not something that you are immune to, So don't ignore your basic needs. Yeah, and you might be someone who makes difficult things look easy, and because of that, a lot of people might not give you the due credit or might not really recognize your work and your efforts. But remember, you know everything you've done, all the effort you put into something. So it's okay for you to recognize your own hard work and dedication. And also, if you don't share with others what you're going through, how will others know? If you don't share with others the behind the scenes, how will others ever have a clear idea as to what is happening behind the scenes? It's easier to assume when there are a lot of things that have yet to be unveiled, when there are a lot of secrets. And with the message Scandal Before Stardom, I feel like there could be this mindset or this acknowledgement that one experiences a bit of struggle or challenging energy before obtaining, stardom or success. And maybe, honestly, that could be the mindset that a lot of you have and are really attached to. Like the belief that success, fame, stardom, achievements are only valid if you struggled to get them. And so if you resonate with that, if you have that kind of mindset, that could be why you tend to look for the most challenging path, or you could even resist support or help from others because you might feel like that takes away from you achieving something on your own, or takes away from the whole concept of struggling and sacrificing. Like, if someone helps me, then that means I didn't really do it on my own, or that means that I really didn't suffer, that I didn't really struggle. And so when I do achieve what I want to achieve, it's not going to feel right. It's not going to feel valid. So I'm just going to, avoid getting any help or assistance from anyone. And I'm going to push through on my own. Even if it takes years, I'm gonna do this on my own. Even if I burn myself out, I'm going to accomplish this on my own, so that it can be valid. I mean, if that is your current mindset, then you know what kind of experiences that leads to, fatigue, burnout, stress, anxiety, worry, feeling overwhelmed, feeling constant pressure to meet certain expectations, feeling conflicted. So is this a mindset? Is this a belief that you still want to adhere to, that you still want to apply in your life, that you still want to believe in? Is it really serving you? Of course, that is up to you to decide. But remember, your successes, your achievements, they're valid, whether you received help or not. Because most things in life, most accomplishments and or achievements are not the result of one. They are the result of many teaming up and working together. Like, for example, even when we are self-learning, we are learning from material that someone else wrote, that someone put together. So we are, in a way, getting help inadvertently, but we are getting help from someone. So yeah, nothing in this world is done alone. There's always some assistance. There's always some guidance. And with the message, may your bathroom humor leave a serious legacy, I feel this is an indicator that it's okay to add a little play or playfulness in your life. It doesn't always have to be about work. It doesn't always have to be about discipline. You can have fun. You can integrate fun into your work, into manifesting, into attracting. It doesn't have to be so serious. So don't lose that humorous, joyful, playful side of yourself by believing that you have to be this super put together, always perfect, has it all figured out kind of individual. Yeah, because that's just an expectation. It's okay to be you, with your flaws, your imperfections, your hiccups, your quirks. It's okay to be you. We all have flaws and imperfections and hiccups and quirks, and that doesn't make us any less beautiful or any less marvelous or any less significant or capable. Okay, but now I'm going to pull out an extra card for what it is that you will be achieving and or accomplishing. Okay, so we have Gilbert and George with "Be the art you wish to see in the world. Your work should not be selfish. Dress the part." So this last sentence here is really standing out to me, dress the part, because I feel like that's exactly what you are doing. You are showing up as you want to be, because I do get the feeling as if you are playing a role. Like, you want to be this Queen of Coins, but you don't yet feel like this Queen of Coins, so you are simply playing the role of a Queen of Coins until you fully become the Queen of Coins. That's the vibe I'm getting from you guys. And although that could be very motivating and encouraging, and that could be helping you manifest what it is that you want to manifest or attract what it is that you want to attract, I also feel like that might be creating a lot of pressure and certain expectations, maybe even unrealistic expectations for yourself. So, I mean, if this technique works for you, like dressing the part, there is a caution to not take it to extremes, not get so hyper fixated on it, because we do have, at first I thought these two were twins, but they're not. There could come this point where you start comparing yourself to this expectation, because I do see a lot of you placing this expectation, this part that you're dressing up for, on a pedestal. So it's almost as if they are better than you in every way. So much so that you can't help but see discrepancy or notice differences between you and your expectation, or between you and the role or the part that you're dressing up for. And that could result in feelings of low self-worth, like not feeling good enough, or feeling like you're not living up to a standard, not living up to an expectation. Yeah, because I'm seeing something here like placing really high standards for yourself, really high unrealistic expectations for yourself that will be impossible to meet. So one must be careful with that, because as mentioned, that could lead to a lot of disappointment and feelings of not being good enough. Yeah, and I actually like this first sentence a lot more. Be the art you wish to see in the world, because art is subjective. You know, art is not really defined by anything. It's kind of reminding me of that phrase, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I feel like it's true when it comes to art. One might look at an art piece and not feel anything when they look at it, and then someone else might stumble upon it and feel an array of emotions when looking at it. So art is unique, and it cannot necessarily be put in a box, even though people have tried to do so. Art is a form of expression. So what I'm getting from the sentence, be the art you wish to see in the world, is be you. Just be you. Allow yourself to express yourself. If freedom is what you want to see in the world, then allow yourself to be free. If compassion is what you want to see in the world, then be compassionate with yourself. And most of the time, what we seek to become, or what we seek in the world or long for, is what we already have within, or is who we already are. Yeah. Don't hide yourself away, because you are magnificent as you are. But these are all the messages I'm getting with these cards. If you are interested in looking up these specific artists, reading more about their backstory, their life, or looking more into their work, their art, then please do so, because you could be getting some information or inspiration from them as individuals or from their work. But when it comes to zodiac signs, I did mention earth signs with the Queen of Coins. We have Pisces, Scorpio, and Capricorn. So the elements of earth and water seem to be of significance. And also, I do want to point out the numbers, because they could be representing important dates or time frames. So we have the numbers 8, 10, and 12. So that could be indicating August, October, and December. So these months could be when what you are attracting will come into your life, or you will be making some achievements. Yeah, but these are all the messages we have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. I know the messages in this reading might have been a little bit unexpected, but I hope they will be of some assistance for you guys. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you're new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching until the very end, and a huge thank you to all of you who took a moment to watch the advertisements or just let them play in the background, since that is a simple way to support me and to support this channel. So if you did, I truly do appreciate it. Oh, and thank you to Spirit and the artist who came through in this reading to deliver these messages to you. Yeah, but that is all for now. I'm wishing you a wonderful rest of your day or night, depending on when you're watching. And until the next moment, bye-bye. Hello, you guys who chose the electric guitar. Bienvenidos to your reading. So the energy of this group feels quite calm, very relaxing or relaxed. And I find this quite interesting because the first and only message that came to mind when tapping into this group's energy was stage fright. So this could be an indicator or a heads up that soon you will be presenting and or performing to an audience or a large group of people. And if you are someone who has or does experience stage fright or struggles with public speaking, this calm and relaxed energy I picked up on could be Spirit's way of reassuring you that everything is going to be all right. You might experience a little bit of stage fright at the beginning, a little bit of nerves, but as soon as you get out there, as soon as it's time to perform or present or whatever it may be, that fear, that nervousness, it will dissipate. So in other words, it's normal, it's totally fine to experience a bit of nerves before standing in front of a large group of people or speaking publicly. Okay? But now I'm going to move into the divination dice. These are homemade, by the way, and I will work with this to get a feel of your current energy. And hopefully this part of the reading will help you in better discerning whether this group is the group for you. So this will be like an energy check-in. Okay, so let us see. Oh. Okay. One fell to the floor. Okay, so the one that fell on the floor is the fortune cookie. Then we have the smiley face, the ant, and this figure here is meant to represent a male or masculine energy. And let me just roll this one more time. Okay, and we have the lemon slice. Okay, so when I first saw the happy face, the very first thing that came to mind was the word reassurance. If you guys have something important coming up, you know, like an exam or an interview or a presentation or performance, something along those lines, and you've been feeling pretty worried about it, stressed out or anxious, yeah, know that everything is going to be all right. Things are going to go well and you're gonna do great. And because I did sense a very calm and relaxed energy at the beginning, I feel that recently you might have experienced moments where if you were feeling anxious or worried or fearful, you were almost immediately soothed by this unexpected feeling of ease. So it could be that if you were worrying about something, you soon received reassurance about that specific matter that eased your worries. So like receiving good news or just receiving actual reassurance from someone whom you trust that eased your nervous feelings. Or it could even be something like all of a sudden you felt this wave of relaxation and calmness wash over you. And so at the end you were left feeling that everything is and was going to be all right. Yeah, so if any of that resonates, especially that whole having a wave of relaxation wash over you, that is an indicator that you are currently very open and receptive to your higher self. Yeah, because instead of succumbing to worries and fears, you are choosing to align with your inner truth, with your inner compass, which then lets you know and confirms to you that you are on the right track, that everything is in perfect order, and that there is nothing to fear, which is why you feel that wave of relaxation, or you do receive some reassurance or confirmation in the physical 3D. Yeah, because the fortune cookie to me indicates receiving good and or pleasant news, but more specifically is receiving a message that is very comforting, that is very reassuring, and that also brings about a lot of clarity. So I do sense that currently you guys are constantly receiving confirmation or validation from your spirit guides, the universe, your higher self, angels, whoever it is that you resonate and or connect with. And I am also sensing a very supportive energy, especially with the ant, because it makes me think of teamwork. So you are not only being supported by the divine, by spirit, but I also see you being surrounded by very supportive people. And people whom you can rely on, people who you trust, people who are loyal. Yeah, so maybe that's why whenever you do feel a bit doubtful or anxiety starts creeping in, you don't really allow for it to consume you or get to you, because you do feel supported. You do know that you can rely on others. You do know that you have trustworthy people on your side. And so not all of the burden falls on your shoulder, or you don't feel like you have to face any challenges and or obstacles alone. Yeah, and then we do have this masculine energy, which makes me think of stability, security. So I do see you feeling quite stable and secure, and it's not only because you have reliable and trustworthy people on your side, but it's also because you are feeling quite stable and secure within yourself. The lemon slice, it's reminding me of that idiom, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. So the vibe I'm getting from you guys is of trusting in yourself. Knowing that whatever comes your way, you will be able to face it, solve it, find a way through it, or overcome it. The message that just came to mind looking at the smiley face is, no matter what happens, I know I will make it through. I know I will be okay. Yeah, so there's a lot of strength that I'm picking up from you guys in a very empowering way. The other message that just came to mind looking at this stick figure here was, I trust myself to see this through. I trust myself to look after me. I trust in myself. So there's a lot of self-trust going on here. And I'm feeling a bit elated at this moment. No, actually, I am feeling proud. So currently, you guys might be feeling quite proud of yourselves, and it is because you have done a lot of inner work, a lot of inner healing. There were a lot of lessons learned to get to this point where you now feel stable and secure within yourself. So currently, I also feel like you have a very strong bond and or connection with your spirit team or with your higher self. You could be feeling very in tune and in alignment with your higher self or with your inner guidance, your inner compass. And this is allowing for you to have clear and open communication with the divine, with source, with spirit, with your inner being, where you trust that if you ask for guidance and or assistance, you will receive it. It's like your trust in the divine, your trust in yourself is allowing for you to be open to whatever guidance, information your higher self or spirit delivers to you. Yeah, I'm just sensing a lot of reassurance here. Like, I know I'm always being guided. I know I am always being looked after. I know I am safe. I trust in my journey. I trust in my path. I trust in myself. I trust in the divine. And there is also something here about trusting that whatever challenges you are presented with, you are presented with them for a reason. Currently, I see you looking at challenges not as obstacles, but as a mean of learning and growing. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are very connected or tapped in to your masculine energy. And this feels like healthy masculine to me. Yeah, I'm also sensing patience. I feel like you guys are currently exercising a lot of patience, or you find yourself being quite patient. Like, you're not forcing things or pushing for things to happen faster or to move at a certain pace. And I feel that patience is coming from that trust that in due time, or when it's time, everything will fall into place. The missing pieces will appear. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, this is not a passive energy of, I'll just sit back and wait for everything to happen for me or happen to me. No, because we do have this healthy, grounded, masculine energy. So I do see you taking action. Oh, and look, there's a little ant here. Yeah, so ants could be an important animal or insect. Maybe they are a spirit animal or animal totem that is currently working with you or serving as a messenger for you. But what I was going to say is that I do see you taking action. I do see you getting involved. Yet there's no need to control every single aspect or detail of that which you are working on, because there is an understanding here that there are certain things that are out of your control. And those things that are out of your control, those are the things that you are leaving to universe or whoever it may be that is in charge of those specific things. That is what is meant when it is said that you're not forcing things or pushing for things to happen before they're meant to happen. It's when it comes to the things that are out of your control. And I feel like by this point, you do have a good discernment as to what is in your control and what isn't. So I am sensing a lot of stability with this group. Okay, so now I'm going to move into the cards. So first we are going to look into what it is that you are subconsciously attracting. So what is your current energy pulling in towards you? Okay. Oh, so two cards fell out. And we have the Knight of Coins with responsible, consistent, and hardworking. And we have the King of Cups with non-toxic masculinity, emotional maturity, and compassion. I love this because I was just talking about a very stable, grounded, masculine energy. And then we have the King of Cups, which is pretty much the embodiment or the representation of a healthy masculine energy. And then I was going on about patience, you practicing patience or finding yourself not minding being patient when you need to be. And the Knight of Coins is one of the most patient knights of the deck. Okay, but let me pull out a clarifier. So if I know the dice here were meant to represent your current energy, but if you didn't really resonate with this, but it is the kind of energy you want to embody and or step into, then this is indicating that you are already stepping into this energy. Okay, so we have the 7th house with Saturn and Libra and the key term devotion. Okay, so okay, so multiple interpretations that are coming to mind. Okay, firstly, for those of you who are in a stable, healthy, loving, committed relationship, I do see you moving on to the next level of commitment with your significant other. Yeah, because I definitely do see you attracting commitment. So for a lot of you who are interested in marriage, this could very well be indicating marriage for you. And for those of you who have been seeing someone who you see yourself settling down with, committing to, this is indicating you attracting commitment with this person. And that could be, becoming official with this person, publicly announcing your relationship with this person, or living together with this person. So whatever the next level of commitment means to you, it makes more sense to your current situation. Since what I gave are basically examples to give you an idea. Okay, now moving on to the very first thing that came to mind when looking at these cards. So, a lot of you are manifesting a significant partnership or a connection, because we do have the 7th house here, which is the house of long-term partnerships, commitments, agreements. Yeah, and then we do have the planet Saturn, which is the planet of discipline. And again, that's making me think of commitment. So for a lot of you, I do see you attracting a significant person who you will be entering into a long-term relationship with. I am sensing it to be romantic for a lot of you, but it doesn't have to be for everyone. This could be platonic, because I am also seeing the possibility of a business partnership here, if not a friendship. But I am getting counterpart vibes. And again, counterparts don't only have to be romantic, they can be platonic as well. Yeah, because actually, this current energy I described could very well be what it is that you are wanting to attract into your life, what it is that you're trying to manifest. Someone who will be there by your side as you face challenges, as you find solutions to problems. Someone who will be there to support you, to reassure you, to comfort you, or simply someone whom you can rely on. With devotion, I am seeing you attracting someone who shares similar dreams or goals as you, or who has the same drive as you. If you are a very ambitious person, I see you attracting someone who is as equally as ambitious as you. If you are quite passionate about something in specific, like music or the arts or humanitarian causes or activism, you will be attracting someone who shares the same passion as you. That's why I mentioned counterpart, because this is someone who matches you, who will match your energy. Someone who will understand you, someone who you can meet eye to eye with, someone that you can bounce ideas off of. What is coming to mind in specific is you attracting someone who you can take along with you on the ride. So like, for example, if you love to travel, this would be attracting someone who loves to travel. And so this would be your travel buddy. You will take this person along with you on every trip, and they will gladly go with you. So you guys could be attracting your travel buddy or your fitness buddy or your study buddy, maybe someone who is as passionate about the same subject as you, or is as passionate about learning as you are. If you do happen to be someone who is very passionate about learning or studying, so you will be attracting someone who shares the same passion as you. But I do see you attracting a buddy, someone that you can tag along with and who will tag along with you on your adventures, whatever adventures you choose to go on. You know what I'm being reminded of, though? That's not exactly the vibe I'm getting here, but these two are the characters that came to mind, which are Frodo and Sam from the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Yeah, so if you resonate with being Frodo, you are attracting your Sam. If you resonate with being Sam, you are attracting your Frodo. Yeah, because I did mention a very supportive energy, and Sam was very supportive of Frodo along his entire journey. He was completely loyal to him, never gave up on him, never left his side. I feel like that's the kind of energy you are attracting. And with the Knight of Coins here, this is someone who will be very patient with you, and someone who will also, they will temper you. If you are someone who gets easily riled up or can quickly lose their temper or maybe can act a bit reckless at times, then this is someone who will kind of reel you back or remind you to pause before making any rash decisions. You are attracting someone who will be very much like an anchor for you, like your rock is the vibe I'm getting. And because we do have this energy of Libra, which is the scales all about balance, this is making me think of reciprocity. So this doesn't only go one way, it's very mutual. You will also act as an anchor or a rock to this person, or you will be what this person feels they need or what they didn't know they needed. Yeah, because even though I feel who you are attracting is very similar to you, I am getting a bit of like opposites attract here. So it could be that this person whom you are attracting is very calm, very gentle. They're quite quiet, reserved, or soft-spoken. And you could be the one who is a little bit louder, more boisterous. And so this person could help you get into that calm and relaxed energy I was picking up on in the beginning if you struggle to get into that flow. And for this person, you could be someone who kind of helps them get out of their shell, helps to bring out their goofy, playful side, or helps them be more adventurous. Yeah, so let's say even if both of you are introverted, one of you still will be a little bit more extroverted than the other. And so that's how you kind of balance each other out. So I do see a lot of similarity between you both, but there are also differences, and those differences are the ones that help you balance out and kind of complement one another. Now, the King of Cups is a water sign, so Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And the Knight of Coins is an earth sign, so Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. And water and earth go so beautifully together. It's a very grounded and gentle energy. So you are attracting someone who is very nurturing, compassionate, very mindful, empathic and empathetic, but also very practical. So this is someone who is a go-getter and hardworking. They are an achiever. This isn't someone who easily gives up. Once they have a dream, once they have a goal in mind, they do everything that they can to make this dream a reality and or to reach this goal. But with the Knight of Coins being here, I feel like this person is someone who doesn't mind planning and doesn't mind being patient, as mentioned previously. If they need to be patient in order to obtain the best results, they will. They will not rush something if it means that the result will be lacking or that the experience will be less fulfilling. They care about quality and value. So they will not rush into things or do things half-assed just to get quick results. No, this is someone who will take the time necessary to do something right. And the other thing I'm getting with these two cards is that this is someone who keeps their promises. Because we do have this water energy, it's reminding me of how water retains memories or holds memories. I think I heard that in the Disney movie Frozen. So this person also has excellent memory. They will recall everything to detail. So if you tell them something about you, they will remember it years later. Yeah, I especially get that with devotion. So this is also someone who, once they are committed to something, they are committed. They could become very devoted to what they are passionate about, what they believe in. But with the Knight of Coins being here, they are precautious. They are not someone to simply open up to anyone. So if this is someone that you don't yet know, this person will take their time to get to know you. And I do see your relationship with this person being slow moving. Because this person, with the King of Cups being here, they know themselves quite well. So they know that once they choose to open up to someone, they know how devoted they can become to that person. So this is someone who does have a lot of emotional depth. Their waters do run deep. They have a lot of love and care to share with others or with the world. You will see it in their relationships, because I feel like this is someone who still has the same friends that they made when they were like 5 years old. Yeah, so once they choose people to be in their life, for them it's commitment, it's for life. That's how serious they are about connections and relationships. And I do feel this to be someone who is very intuitive. So they are very sensitive to other people's energies. They can sense when someone isn't being fully authentic or genuine or sincere. Yeah, and I feel like this person is looking for sincerity. They understand that people have their secrets, all people have their past, and they are not ones to judge. I'm not getting any judgmental vibes from this person, but they do appreciate honesty, and they do look for that. Yeah, because this is a very trustworthy person. And you will see that in how children approach them as well as animals. Like animals and children feel very comfortable around this person. The elderly as well. There is something very calming and soothing about this person. They are also very wise, or what they say always has some deep meaning behind it. And it could be because they are so intuitive that they are actually tapped into like source, their higher self, the divine. So most of the things they say, especially when it comes to advice or guidance that they might give, could actually be them channeling messages from source. And that's why their advice or their guidance ends up being very eye-opening or healing or helpful. Yeah, they could literally sound like a message from a fortune cookie. It's like they might all of a sudden just say the right thing at the right time. And it might surprise you because you could have not even asked for any advice or guidance, but then they just all of a sudden say this very eye-opening or revealing message. Yeah, you might often tell this person, you sound like a fortune cookie. Yeah, but I also feel like this is someone who is well established. They could be a prominent figure in their career or their line of work. They could have a high level of position, authority. They could have a title, like a degree, like literally be a doctor or have a doctorate, or be a manager, a supervisor, possibly even a CEO. They could currently be working on establishing or building their own company or their own business, or they could have already done so, or they would have already done so by the time you meet them. But I do see this being someone who is always seeking to grow. Always, always. So be it in their career, be it financially, be it in their business. But I also see it being in terms to like their personal growth, or even their spiritual growth. I don't feel like this person enjoys being stagnant. I mean, they can be very patient, but they don't enjoy stagnancy. Like if they're not working on anything, or they're not pursuing any goal, they could become quite frustrated or impatient, or could even get a little bit down, maybe depressed. This person is someone who needs to be working on something, dreaming a bigger dream, or doing something that they feel is of value. And they like to feel like they are helping in some way, be it helping humanity, the world, or a community, or helping others in some way. And everything they do has meaning behind it. This isn't someone who will do something just because. There's always a reason for it. Like they put their heart into what they do or what they create, even what they say. So this is someone who is very careful with their words. Maybe that's why they sound like a fortune cookie at times, because they don't speak or talk just to talk. So this is someone who is very intentional. As a business partner, this will be someone who will look at the bigger picture, but also take into consideration the details. This is someone who will enjoy planning and planning with you and thinking about the future and thinking on how to improve something or how to expand it, or how to create novelty. And this is also someone who will be very reliable, very committed to their work. They will take their role or any responsibility given to them very, very seriously. This is someone whom you can trust will do their part of the job, and they will expect for you to do yours. So they are definitely also looking for someone who matches their energy, someone who complements them. So as a partner, as a romantic partner, this is someone who will be faithful to you. And this person does feel like life partner material. Yeah, so if you have been wanting to manifest a life partner, then you are definitely attracting one. Yeah, but I also feel this to be your energy. And I do feel that to be the case very, very strongly, because we do have this Libra energy, which is about the scales. So it's making me think of the law of attraction. You attract what you are. And so I feel like you are literally embodying this energy I just described. You are. And so that's why you are attracting someone who is also embodying this energy. And with the fortune cookie here, I feel like you have been receiving a lot of messages or confirmation about this partnership connection or about this person. So if you have been recently receiving a lot of signs, messages, or synchronicities that hint to a specific someone, a connection, or a relationship, yeah, that's because you are attracting just that. And because we have the electric guitar here, you or this person could play an instrument, more specifically the guitar, or this could be an instrument that you're wanting to learn how to play, or they could be very interested in music, or they could be a musician, a creator, or an artist. And it could be their career, their profession, or it could be their hobby. Yeah, but the King of Cups often indicates or hints to someone having artistic talents or skills. So yeah, this person could be an artist or have a lot of artistic talents or skills. But the other thing I'm seeing here, if you aren't already invested in a passion, like a passion project or have a passion for something, I do see you attracting something that you will end up being very passionate about. So this could be like a subject, a topic, project, a cause, but I do see you attracting something that you will end up being quite devoted to. And I feel like it will pertain to like a career path, a profession, a study, a craft, something along those lines. Yeah, and I keep thinking of a study buddy. So for a lot of you, you could be attracting someone who will end up being a best friend, or that kind of friend that you might not see or might not be in contact with them for a long while, but then when you meet them, it's like you carry on right where you left off. I do see you attracting like a long-term friend that you don't have to be attached to the hip to, but you know that no matter how much time passes between you both or how much physical distance is between you both, you still have each other's back. And this person could end up being a colleague of yours, or they could start off as just a colleague, and then your relationship builds or grows into, a stronger platonic bond, if the whole romantic connection doesn't resonate with you. Okay, but now I'm going to move into what it is that you are achieving and or accomplishing. So this will be anything that you are currently working on in this physical 3D, getting hands-on with. Anything tangible. So we have the Four of Cups in reverse with gratitude, focus, and seizing opportunity. And to clarify, 2 cards flipped over, and we have the first house with Mars and Aries and the key term restlessness, and we also have the 6th house with Venus in Virgo with the key term discrimination. Oh, so 1 and 6 is making me think of the number 16, and that really stood out to me for whatever reason. So maybe the number 16 or the 16th of a month or even the year 2016 could be of significance. But looking at all of these cards, the first thing that came to mind was letting go. And I did mention something about no longer feeling the need to control every single aspect of a situation or of your life. So I feel like a lot of you are achieving letting go of control. Maybe a lot of you have been working towards feeling at peace with the surrendering control to the universe, or even surrendering control or responsibility to other people. And if so, I definitely do see you achieving that. So I do see you liberating yourself of a lot of stress, anxiety. That's what I'm getting with the Four of Cups in reverse, and of a lot of responsibilities or burdens that weren't yours. Yeah, because the 6th house is the house of the day-to-day habits, routine, health, service to others. It's also the house of employees. Yeah, I feel like you guys are releasing yourself of a lot of stressors or of this need to be responsible for everything. And the Four of Cups in reverse is also making me think of releasing yourself of emotional burdens. So if you are someone who tends to take on the burdens of others, or you are very much like a sponge and you tend to absorb other people's emotions or other people's worries, or like in a friend group, you're kind of the mother hen, the one who is always looking out for others and advising them, guiding them, or you're just the one who's always worrying about others. And you've been working on establishing better boundaries, on protecting your energy so as to not absorb other people's emotions or problems. You are accomplishing just that. Yeah, there's something here about freeing yourself from believing that you always have to be available to others, or that you always have to say yes to other people's requests, no matter how draining that will be to you or how burdensome that will be to you. Yeah, because the first house is about the self, it's about also your physical body, you. So the first and the sixth house are letting me know that you are prioritizing yourself. You are prioritizing your health and your well-being. And in prioritizing you, you are freeing yourself. Or you are feeling much lighter is what is coming through. You are feeling much more empowered. You are feeling more free. And I feel like in you also placing your boundaries and exercising your free will when it comes to choosing when you are available to others or not, it is helping you in freeing up a lot more time for you to focus on what you want to focus on, for you to work on what you want to work on. And so it's like in you focusing less on others, you have more time to focus on you. And in you focusing on yourself, you end up making a lot of progress. Because the Four of Cups, when it is upright, it speaks about disappointment, apathy, disinterest, not exactly knowing what you want, feeling disconnected from the world, feeling disconnected from yourself. So it being in reverse, I feel like what you are accomplishing is you gaining better focus about what it is that you want or what it is that you need. Because if you were feeling unfulfilled, this is you gaining clarity about why that was, what was missing, and then you setting out to obtain or create that fulfillment. Yeah, because with this Aries energy, this is a go-getter energy. It speaks about action. And so with restlessness being here, I feel like anything that was stagnant in your life or felt stuck, it's now getting unstuck. It's now gaining momentum. And it's because you have now the time and the energy to focus on it and to work on it. Yeah, so to give a very plain example, let's say if you placed a dream of yours on hold because you felt like you needed to help other people achieve their dreams. This would be you focusing on your dream now and you doing everything that is in your hands to make this dream a reality, because we do have Virgo here, which is all about what I see it as a sign of discipline and commitment and determination. And then with this action-oriented energy, I definitely do see you going for what it is that you want, doing what it is that fulfills you. So the Four of Cups in reverse is saying you're not waiting for life to happen to you. You are making life happen for you. And so this is you achieving what it is that you want. Not because someone else did it for you, not because it manifested out of thin air. It's because you went for it. You made it happen. So for example, if you've always wanted to feel more confident, be a little bit more extroverted, this is you not waiting for you to be confident or to all of a sudden turn into this very extroverted, boisterous person. This is you actively getting out of your comfort zone. This is you putting yourself in situations that you know will help build your confidence. I did mention something at the beginning about like public speaking and presenting. Like if you have always dreamed about performing, I don't know, or being on stage, this is you actively looking for opportunities to be on a stage, to perform, to be in front of an audience, to put yourself out there in some way. Like, I don't know, there's karaoke bars or there's like places where they do karaoke nights. This could be you actively going to those places and getting in front of a mic, facing or challenging any fears or insecurities that you might have. Yeah, so like for example, if you have always wanted to play the guitar, but all your life you found a reason why not to, or every time you wanted to get serious about learning how to play the guitar, something came up, some other priority. And so you never really got down to learning to play the guitar. So this would be you prioritizing this, saying, screw it. I'm going to make time. I'm going to make this happen. I'm not going to make any more excuses for myself or find a reason why not to. I'm going to go purchase a guitar right now and enroll in a class or buy books about guitar playing and teach myself, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to set my mind to do it, and I am going to do it. So I'm seeing a lot of determination here. It's like once I set my mind to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to wait for it to happen. If it's in my power to make it happen, I am going to be an active participant in my life, choose to be a creator, and I'm going to live my life to the fullest or to the best of my capabilities. And I'm going to create the reality that I want to live in. I'm going to set myself free. No longer am I going to hold myself back. That's the energy I see here. So I know this was very general, but it's because I feel like what you will be accomplishing or achieving will be very, vastly different for each one of you, because it's very tailored to you. Because I feel like a lot of you are coming out of the Four of Cups upright, where you might have felt like you had no control over your reality or your life. Like things were just happening, life was just happening and it was passing you by, and you were missing out on a lot of things, and it felt like none of your dreams were ever going to come true, because by this point you hadn't seen most of your dreams or any of your dreams come true. And then all of a sudden it's like you switch. There's this switch and you're like, F it. I'm not gonna wait anymore. I'm not gonna be a bystander anymore. Why am I waiting for me to magically know how to play the guitar if I know that this is something that I have to actively learn and practice? What am I waiting for? That's the feeling I'm getting here. Like, what am I waiting for? Why don't just do it now? What is stopping me? And if you find that there's nothing actually stopping you, that's when you just go for it. You do the things. And for a lot of you, I feel like it will be like random things, like traveling, maybe taking a trip to New York if you've always wanted to visit New York, or go on a field trip, literally go visit a field or a meadow, or dress in a certain way, live a certain lifestyle, listen to the kind of music that you want to listen to, go to a concert, see an artist that you've always wanted to see perform live, start communicating more with people, maybe socializing, networking, going up to people and striking a conversation with them, especially people that you've always been interested in getting to know more. For whatever reason, I keep thinking of New York. I don't know if it's because of the skyscrapers here in the background. But yeah, some of you could be traveling to New York. But I also feel like there's going to be a change in your appearance, a change in how you dress, a change in how you express yourself, your movements, the way you speak, the way you communicate. I feel it's going to be a lot more open, a lot more free-flowing is what is coming through. I see you being more honest, possibly even more straightforward. Yeah, and I feel like for a lot of you, your language could be changing, the way you communicate. Like, this might sound quite interesting, but I'm seeing something like If you have always been interested in like the Renaissance language or like Shakespearean poetic, you've always been fascinated about it, or you feel like you can better communicate in that style, that's how I see you communicating. That's how I see you speaking. Because the butterflies is making me think of like a very poetic, like flowery, elaborate, intricate language or communication. I'm getting like fairy-like, ethereal, celestial. Some of you could even be exploring light language if that's something that you have been drawn to or have been wanting to tap more into. I do see you accomplishing or achieving that. You know, you finding your light language, you're feeling more receptive to it, more comfortable with speaking it. Some of you could literally be sharing your poetry if you do write poetry with others, or just feeling more comfortable about your work, whether it be like written work or any other form of creative work that you do. Yeah, and if you had any feelings of shame, I see you releasing that, as well as insecurity. Like if you were self-conscious about the way that you express yourself, I see you releasing that. I'm getting a feeling of self-acceptance with this discrimination card. Being very grateful of your talents, being very grateful of your uniqueness, of your individuality, of your physical appearance is also what I'm getting, as well as what you might perceive to be your weaknesses. Because I'm seeing something here like me not being great at something has allowed me to focus on other things that have really assisted me with reaching my fullest potential. You're achieving security and self-trust where you're no longer waiting for permission to do something. If it calls to you, if you feel drawn to it, if it feels right to you, you're doing it. You're taking a leap of faith. You're going for it. You're trying it out. You're giving yourself a chance to make it happen or to experience it. Yeah, you're no longer waiting for permission, be it from the universe, from others. You're giving yourself validation. You're trusting in yourself to make the best decisions for you and for your life. And that is freeing you, because this is literally you practicing your freedom of choice and your free will. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing with these cards thus far. I do want to quickly point out the zodiac signs we have here, because they could be of significance. So we have Libra, Aries, and Virgo. But I also want to point out the numbers, because they could be representing important dates or time frames. So we have 1, 6, and 7, so that could be indicating January, June, and July. So it could be in July when this person you are attracting could be entering into your life, or you could be entering into a relationship with this person. And I'm seeing a specific window of time here. So from January to June, or from June to January, so the January of the next year, you could be experiencing a lot of these changes or a lot of these achievements or accomplishments. Okay, but now I want to pull out some extra oracle cards to get any extra advice, guidance, and or messages from Spirit, but also to find out what it is that you are currently doing, whether it be consciously or subconsciously, that is assisting with you attracting this energy and achieving or accomplishing what you will be achieving and accomplishing. So let us first look at what it is that you are attracting. So we have Artemisia Gentileschi with History Has Your Back. Society stabs you in it. Use your talent like a weapon. Don't let convention confine you. So what is really standing out to me is the color blue. So the color blue could be important to this connection and a relationship, or this could be your or this person's favorite color. Oh, and look, we have I think it's a guitar here. Yeah, so this person could definitely play an instrument, maybe the guitar or a string instrument, or they could really like the sound of string instruments. But what is helping you attract this energy, or what is attracting this energy, is your awareness of the past and your willingness to learn from the past. So any challenges you have faced, you have learned from them. And based on what you have learned, you have a better idea as to what you want, what is in alignment with you and what isn't. And your willingness and determination to focus only on that what you do want, you do need, and what is in alignment with you is what is attracting this energy. So, in other words, I don't see you being someone who needs to go through the same lesson twice or several times to understand, okay, this is not for me, but this is. And that is what is helping you attract something that is way more in alignment with you and complementary to you. And I feel like this is a talent of yours. Like you being a fast learner or you being someone who does want the best for themselves and who is willing to ask for the best. Like, because with all this blue, it's making me think of the throat chakra. And actually, this guitar is blue. And I did mention something about communication here. And at the beginning, something about throat chakra did come through, but I really didn't pay much attention to it. I should have, but I didn't. So I feel like for you, speaking honestly and being honest with yourself and speaking up is super important. And it might be one of the major lessons you are learning in this lifetime. Speaking up for yourself. Speaking your truth. So what I see here is you not settling for less is what is attracting this energy or this person or this connection. Yeah, because with don't let convention confine you, and then we have these people whispering to this person in the forefront. It's like when people told you to settle for less or told you that your standards were too high, you chose not to listen to those people. You said, no, I am not asking for too much. When I ask for respect, I am not asking for too much. When I ask to be seen as an equal, I am not asking for too much. I am not. I am worthy of what I desire. I am worthy of my standards. I am worthy. I choose to stand in what I believe in. So I will not settle for less than my standards. And that is what helped and is helping to attract this energy. Yeah, maybe in the past you were someone who was quite impressionable. You were swayed by other people's advice and or opinions. Maybe you lacked self-trust. Maybe you needed constant external validation or permission. But not anymore. Not anymore. Which doesn't mean that you are not open to advice and or guidance, because I sense that you are, but you don't take other people's advice as the end all be all, because you also consider and you value your own opinion, your own inner knowing. So that's what I'm seeing here. So now I'm going to pull out a card for what it is that you will be achieving and or accomplishing. Ooh, okay, so two cards fell out. So we have Jean Cocteau with the story only seems one-sided. There's no such thing as a happy ending. Find your future in the past. And we also have Gilbert and George. This came out for another group as well. And we have be the art you wish to see in the world. Your work should not be selfish. Dress the part. Yeah, so with the message dress the part, I feel this is indicating that what is allowing for you to achieve what you will be achieving is you simply going for it. What just came to mind is this thought process of, why do I have to wonder what it will feel like or what it will be like when I can literally go out and figure it out myself, experience it myself, experience it firsthand. And dress the part is also making me think of like dressing up, dressing as how you want to dress. And I'm also getting a very goofy and playful vibe from this image in the Gilbert and George card. So I also see you expressing more of your playful and childlike side. You know, not taking yourself so seriously or not taking life so seriously, allowing yourself to be a bit more relaxed, more flexible. Something just came through about dressing in bold colors, not being afraid to draw attention to yourself. Or being bold. This could simply be about you being bold, not holding yourself back. With Jean Cocteau, I'm getting something about feeling comfortable in your body, releasing any shame that you might have about your body, or releasing any shame that has been held in your body. I also see something about you being more open and comfortable with your sexuality, your sensual nature, maybe even exploring more of your sensuality or sexuality. You know, if you aren't a very sensual and or sexual being, it's being okay with that, it's being accepting of that. And it's the same thing if you are a sensual and sexual being, you know, being accepting of your sexual and sensual nature. So there's something about feeling comfortable in your body, in your skin, releasing any self-consciousness about your physical body or your physical appearance. Yeah, and this message, there's no such thing as a happy ending, is really standing out to me, because I do feel like what is helping to attract this energy is not being so serious or rigid about life. There's something about understanding that life doesn't have to be perfect, and that not every experience or event has to lead up to something. You know, like for example, if you meet someone, you meeting this person doesn't have to lead to anything. You know, it doesn't have to mean you ending up with this person or establishing a long-term connection with them. You meeting someone, you could simply be about you having a one-time interaction with this person, having one meaningful conversation with them, and that's it. Like, not every event or experience has to lead up to something grand or has to extend for a long period of time. Like, some things are meant to be short-lived. I feel like you understanding that or embracing that is really allowing for you to be more in this energy. And understanding that not everything has to be perfect. Like, not every experience has to be life-changing, or it has to be fairy tale-like, or it has to be dream-like or magical, is also allowing for you to be open to more experiences, to live more freely. Yeah, and the story only seems one-sided. It's making me think of interactions, human interactions, or just interactions with the world. When we interact with someone, more than one memory is created, because it's the memory we take and the memory that other person we interacted with takes. So it's like by you going out into the world and interacting with the world and interacting with others, you're also helping others create memories and to create new experiences. It's like you're adding to the world. By you simply being you, by you being present, your presence alone is adding to the world. And you interacting with someone, you are becoming part of that person's life, even if it's brief, even if it's momentarily, but you have added something to that person's life, something to that person's experience as they have to yours. Whether it be brief or whether it be very impactful or not, it's still something. So that's what I'm seeing here. And like, you realizing that, you understanding that, I feel it's adding more value to your life or how you choose to go about life, or adding more to your experiences. But these are all the messages I'm seeing with these cards. So if you are interested, if you feel called to do so, I do recommend to look more into these artists, learn more about their backstory, look into their work, their creations, because you could be getting inspiration from them or their work. Yeah, but these are all the messages we have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance and clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you're new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. I also want to give thanks to Spirit and to all the artists who came through to help deliver these messages to you. And a huge thank you to everyone who took a time to watch the advertisements or just let them play in the background, since that is an easy, simple way to support me and to support this growing channel. So if you did, I truly do appreciate it. I am wishing you a wonderful rest of your day or night, depending on when you're watching this video. And until the next moment, bye bye.